social online games, especially massive social online games, but even the smaller ones, I'm convinced it's about meaning and the creation of meaning. We're here as part of the Nordic Game Pavilion, and that really was a windfall for us, because one, we could never afford to have a pavilion of our own, we're not that size company. Two, they have a lot of good networking, they facilitate networking. Not only do they have contacts that help us and they get introduce us to, they also provide meeting rooms, they have the Nordic Game Party, and it's very, for us it's beneficial. Nordic game developers have a pretty strong reputation in the world, and to be able to say that, swing by the Nordic Game Pavilion, we've got a representative there, just we'll answer your questions, we'll demo the product, is a huge benefit to us. But right now we've got Sarah in the booth behind me. She's got kind of the morning stretch, and then she'll switch off for Johannes. She'll go attend some of the last lectures of GDC this afternoon, and Johannes will be manning the booth. So it's just invaluable to have someone else here who can just absorb all the opportunities that are floating around.
I am an art director at Junebud, so what I basically do is try to make sure that the style of our game is coherent, to make sure that all the parts that we do, characters, monsters, worlds, that all those things fit together into a cohesive vision. I'm hoping that we can find some people who can see the potential in what we're trying to do and who are willing to work with us towards achieving our vision and ambitions, which really is to become one of the leading game companies in the world at what we're doing, which is 3D online free-to-play gaming.
The thing I do on the lectures, I take notes. We all have orders to take notes. And then next week we're probably going to have this small, it's going to be like a meeting, a mini conference back at the game company where we're going to recap all we have heard and all we have said, and to take the information back to the company, so the persons, all the other persons who wasn't here also can get the good things from this.
So what did you do for the back end on
Project Darkstar.
Project Darkstar, the Java version?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, here we go. This is placed completely inside of Facebook, of course, integrated with all the rest of the Facebook stuff. You end up forming these alliances, these relationships with people from different continents, different walks of life, and you all come together around common values, common tasks, common challenges, and bond. That's one of the wonders of working with creating these games. For me, definitely, it's not enough to just play them. I want to be a part of making that experience and that environment come alive on the internet. An online world is persistent. It's like the book The Never-Ending Story. Whenever you open it, open the website, open the page, open the never-ending story, it's there. Things are happening. People are doing things. Some people might be there one day and not the next. Completely dynamic. The starting point for you might be the same. You always wake up in the same house, but the world outside in the game might have changed. That happens through player interactions, but also the people who develop the games, like us game developers. We keep adding to the services, we create new continents, we create new forums for people to meet, new enemies to combat or puzzles to solve, new features to learn about, or new ways to tell other people what you've been up to. And it's really a bit like life itself. It's the context and it's the journey that's the reward in itself. It's not beating it, learning it, and then leaving it behind.
What's the history of your studio?
2008 formed. We really had ideas. Where's the market going? If we started a company today,
What would you do?
what would we do? What we would do with a smaller studio, and where do we want to be in 2 years' time?
Yeah.
And we just said, let's do this. We can do this. We know how to, and we want to do it. We envision ourselves to be a multi-project studio, focusing on highly accessible Web 3D games. What we're looking for right now at this convention is distribution partners.
Okay. And keep very, very good statistics about your conversion rates, so you can show potential investors the trends. That will be so critical for what you...
Yep, that's... I don't have a problem with anything you're telling me right here. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So far this day has been really up to my expectations for the fact that all the big critical meetings that needed to happen have happened, and I've had really good dialogue with lots of good takeaway points from. I had a really great chance meeting with a man who represented a distribution network in South America, which is the market that we were really interested in and had no credible leads to. So that was a real windfall. That it wouldn't have happened if we hadn't been here physically. And well, I have like one more structured meeting left, but if this day ended now, I would still be very satisfied with it. So good, definitely.